Okay, looking to do an intro for another one. I ended up finding an anomaly here out in the desert between Egypt and the Red Sea. I'd like to show this to you. You can see there's Egypt and the Nile running through and squiggly all the way down lower, the cataracts and so on, right? Well, let's bring it in here a few notches so you can really see where I am. I'm before this famous crook that's in there in the cataracts, and Lake Moraris, if you will, is over there. And as we come in tighter and tighter, you might eventually notice an anomaly here. I don't really see it yet. There it is, if you can see it. It's right in the middle of the screen. Let's go closer. Now maybe you can see it. It's a perfect circle. A little exploded out on the bottom side of it there. Let's go in a little more on it. Doesn't look volcanically built in any way. What's odd is it seems to still have some mountainous area on the inside of it rather than a pounded out crater, and it doesn't just look like dunes. But let's go in a little tighter here and so you can see this. So you can see the mountain ridges and how they've just chopped off, but the center of this still has a lot of gappage, and usually you're going to see a crater where it'll flatten out. It'll probably be just like in Arizona, filled up half with sand or a third with sand, and there might be a little raised up part in the middle, right? It's not what we see here, so I'm not sure what we're seeing here. It can't just be an anomaly in the rockwork from millions and millions of years ago. It's got to be something. You can see how it looks on the inside. So there's a ridge and a couple of valleys that are run down through there still, but yet it's encompassed by this great wall that apparently has, it's going down right there, down right here, down. You can tell down, down, down. So just kind of odd. It circles on around. When you get real close to it, you can tell it's not quite perfect. It looks like it may have hit at an angle, perhaps going north right now and smack, hitting at just a little bit of an angle there, and would make a mark like that. Yet I doubt that the center of the crater would look like that. What do you think? Let's go in one more tighter, and so you can see a lot of the crimple that's going on there, and I see some sand, sure, but I see so much bedrock and mountainous area, it doesn't make that correlated sense. I mean, you try to compare it to Arizona crater or something like that, and if it would be smooth like sandy, like up here in the center of it with just a little bit of griddle in the middle of it, which you do kind of see a little there, but hell, there's more griddle here and here and here and there, so it doesn't have that perfect appearance that you would expect. Of course, no one said it's perfect, and this could have happened millions of years ago. In fact, whenever these mountains were still forming somewhat, and it left the crater in the mountains as they rose up, if that makes any sense to you, right? Say that these mountains here are only a few million years old, but that crater hit 30 million years ago, and then as the mountains pushed up, it kind of left the remnant of the crater. If that makes any sense to you. I don't know. What do y'all think? Down in the comments here, because I'm a little baffled. I don't have cratersinegypt.com on hand to look up and see, and I know the two that we know of, and the Sea of Glass that's out there. I've talked about them quite a bit, and then the one that's down much more near Eritrea and stuff that they've known of for a long time ago, and they tried to say King Tut's dagger might have been it, but in analyzing it, they said, no, that's not it. What is this? Haven't seen anybody do a video on it, but there may be people who have. There's some people that really Google map like crazy. I was just starting to zoom in on Aswan and stuff, but I saw this out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, it's that. Time out. There's not a topographical map or something here that can tell me how high that is compared to the surrounding parts, but looking at the shadows that are all created in here and the height of it, I would say this is the highest area of anywhere around there. And my initial thought was volcanic, and then as I got in, I was like, no, and well, everything looks crater except for the center. That's just what doesn't make any sense. So here's where you can find that at. As I back out, I'm still just right in the center of it. And you can see in the very bottom of the screen that little blurb area, which also caught my mind. But it's right up above that, right in here. And if I was to go back near Hurghada, but if I was to go back, how far off am I? Oh, okay, let me put one back in that. It still says Hurghada. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you see the Nile over there. It's pretty much between Hurghada and Nasyut. Right out in those dark-hilled mountains that are there. Huh. Strange how you can find things like that, but I just wonder if anybody's aware of that and what its age or what its correlations to anything would be. Let me know if you know anything about it. Peace.